Hey guys, welcome back to the movie summary. Beginning of the movie, we see the hospital. A lady comes to the hospital to give birth. On the way, lightning strikes on her. So she dies. But her baby survives. The born baby has a genetic disease called albinism. Due to this disease, pigmentation does not happen in the baby's body. Hence the body becomes very white. The baby's father gets very angry with the baby. He thinks his wife died because of this baby. So he leaves the baby there. In the next scene, an old man is found dead at home. The police will come there to investigate the case. In it, an officer named Barnum searches the house. There is an underground route. Barnum and Jesse go downstairs together. A boy appears in the basement. His whole body is very white. He has no hair on his head. They will be surprised to see him. Jesse asks the boy, "What is your name?" That boy says, "My name is Jeremy." The baby born in the hospital is Jeremy. His grandfather has been his guardian since his father left him. He used to keep Jeremy at home and not let him go out. He has never been out. Jeremy's grandfather taught him to read. He is very smart. He knows what is in every book in his library. Jeremy became lonely after his grandfather died. So Barnum and Jesse take him to an orphanage. Jeremy is seeing the outside world for the first time. After some time they reach the orphanage. The people at the orphanage are shocked to see Jeremy. Jeremy always wears sunglasses. His eyes are very sensitive. Hence his eyes cannot tolerate sunlight. The boys there balance the spoon on the nose and hold it. They told Jeremy to do the same. Jeremy does not agree to that. Then a boy named John threatens Jeremy. Jeremy then balances the spoon in the air. Moreover, all the spoons there come and stick to that spoon. Seeing all this, the boys there are shocked. John gets angry with Jeremy. Next we see Jessie. She takes Jeremy to the doctor for a checkup. After checking Jeremy, the doctor says that Jeremy's body is normal. Jeremy always wears sunglasses. So Jessie buys eye lenses for him. Also join him in a school. Jeremy has a physics class going on. A teacher named Donald teaches them about electricity. There is a girl named Lindsay in the same class. She stares at Jeremy. That's when Donald conducts an experiment on the electricity model. Hence electricity is generated from it. Jeremy looks at the electricity. Gradually the electricity supply increases and it goes directly into Jeremy's body. Immediately Donald cuts off the power supply. Then they take him to the hospital. Doctors will check him up in the hospital. Doctors tell Donald that even though he received such a big electric shock, Jeremy was not injured. That's when Barnum comes to that hospital. Donald tells Barnum that Jeremy's body attracts electric power. That's why he has no hair on his body. Barnum then goes to meet Jeremy. Jeremy already runs away from there. Lindsay meets him as he walks down the road. He asks her the address of the railway line and leaves. He walks on the railway track and leaves for his home. But Barnum confronts him and says, "Come with me." At first Jeremy says he won't come. Barnum pressures him to go with them. They take him into a room where there are many people. A man tells Jeremy that your IQ is higher than anyone else in the world. Jeremy says, "I should go home." For that they say that your house has been seized by the bank. Jeremy leaves from there after hearing this. Jeremy's school plans an outside activity. Barnum also goes with them. Jeremy goes to a place and sits alone. Barnum walks up to him. Jeremy tells him that whenever I see electricity, it feels like it's coming towards me. Next day a man named Duncan shoots a deer with a gun. He tells students that you should not tell this matter to anyone. Jeremy is very sad to see the deer like that. Then he grabs the deer with one hand and Duncan with the other. So it causes a lot of pain to Duncan. Barnum then asks Jeremy, "Why did you do this?" Jeremy says that he made him aware of Duncan's mistake. Then Jesse tells him that you are like our friend and you can tell us about yourself. Hearing this, Jeremy gets angry and leaves. Now we look at Barnum's wife. She will be sick. Doctor tells Barnum that your wife is very upset about something. Barnum then walks up to Duncan and asks what happened when Jeremy grabbed your hand. Duncan says that when Jeremy held my hand, I felt the pain of a deer dying. Barnum then takes Jeremy to his wife. Then Jeremy touches her and knows all the things on her mind. He tells Barnum that your wife wants you to forgive your son. Also she wants to wear your marriage ring. Barnum keeps the wedding ring to his wife. Then she dies. Barnum's son comes there knowing that his mother is dead. Barnum hugs him in pain. Seeing all this, Jeremy gets emotional and cries. Next we look at Jeremy and Lindsay. They sit in a park. Jeremy knows what's on everyone's mind. He says with Lindsay that everyone here thinks they are smarter than others. But they are connected to everything. Hearing this, Lindsay didn't understand anything. Then Jeremy touches Lindsay's hand. Then Lindsay finds out what happened in Jeremy's life. She understands how his father left Jeremy. Jeremy later asks her if I look bad to you. To which Lindsay says, you are the most special person I have ever met. Later they both kiss. Lindsay's father watches as they kiss. He walks up to Jeremy and grabs the collar and threatens to stay away from Lindsay. Just then Jesse arrives and frees Jeremy from him. Now Jeremy will be very sad. He packs his bag and leaves to go home but cannot go. He heads towards the gents' toilets. There a student appears to Jeremy. He has good hair. Jeremy is sad that he has no hair. Meanwhile John comes there and bothers Jeremy. John takes Jeremy's hat. He says, take your hat if you can. Jeremy tries to take his hat. Then John grabs his arm. Jeremy learns of John's past. John's stepdad used to torture him a lot. Jeremy tells John how his stepdad used to talk to John. Later John and his friends come out with Jeremy. They removed all his clothes and thrown into the muddy water. Then Jeremy gets very angry. Jeremy's anger causes lightning to strike them from the sky. Then all those present fall away. Not for Jeremy. But John's breath stops. Jeremy then gives an electric shock with his hands. So John lives. Then he goes to his house. But there are no things in the house. Jeremy sits alone. Then Jessie approaches him. She comforts him and hugs him. Donald also comes there. Seeing Jeremy's pain, Jessie says I will take you to a place where no one will bother you. Then Donald, Jessie and Jeremy leaves. But there are police officers outside. But Barnum stops the police from taking Jeremy away. Meanwhile the weather will change. Jeremy runs alone. They all run behind him. Just then, a lightning bolt from the sky hits Jeremy. Then he disappears. Seeing all this, all the people there are very happy. Because Jeremy got where he needed to be. This is how this movie ends. 99% people watch my videos without subscribing. I am working hard to make these videos. My humble request to subscribe my channel.